originally released on World's Fair. It's probably my favorite Julian Lage record. And actually, it's the record that kind of turned my ear to Julian's music. Red Prairie Dawn, it isn't exactly a well-known fiddle tune, or it didn't used to be. It's not in that like old Chestnut's canon. And one reason is because it's kind of new as far as fiddle tunes go. It was written by this guy Gary Harrison, and he was an Indiana fiddle player who he was in one part a purveyor of like Midwestern fiddle tunes, a region that isn't always recognized as having like a rich history in fiddle music. And he was also an author of a ton of really great fiddle tunes that have such a traditional lean that they're often mistaken for being traditional tunes at jams, if your jam is playing tunes like this. All that to say, when I saw this track listed on a Julian Lage album, it kind of gave me pause because, you know, at the time, you know, I associated him with jazz, and when I see like a deep cut fiddle tune, it's like, this guy might know more than I think about, you know, my lane. The version we're going to learn from today, though, is not the one from World's Fair. It's actually from this live video with the Fretboard Journal. It's a really cool full video, actually, because they just grab old guitars and shred a tune on them and then move on to the next guitar. Somewhere in the middle, though, is this tune, and it's a fantastic version, and we're going to learn some of it. We're going to learn what counts. And I know I mostly do like fingerstyle videos here, so I hope this isn't too much of a stretch, but you are going to need a pick for it. It isn't my main style of playing either. I have dropped this pick like 3 times while talking to the camera here, but I think, yeah, if you're going to give it a go, I think this would be a great tune to try flat picking on a little bit. All right, so we're going to skip the first little chunk here because it's just him and Chris going to Noodletown. But about a minute 45, he actually starts the tune here. Let's talk about this. So, first off, they're playing in the key of A. Most of us would go on and grab our capo, 2nd fret, play at a G. Definitely in the bluegrass tradition. And we're gonna learn some stuff here because right off the bat, you start to see why the key of A is better than capo 2 and playing out of the key of G, because you have this first little double stop on the open E against the 5th fret. Right. There's also a lot of disadvantages to playing, you know, out of the key of A in open position here because there's a lot of room for disaster, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. You've got this right there. So if you accidentally hit that open G, you are not gonna be happy. So I'll show you what I do. Take my middle finger there and I mute that G string. And it is important to get that mute because he does this little strumming pattern. So you just got to be able to mute that thing. Yeah. The B part. In this case, it's B for best. This is the best part of the tune. Let's check this out. I've got this really cool little, like an intervallic line. These harmonics he does is really cool. So let's check this out. This is really cool because he does this, right? Those are the same notes as this first position part, right? The first time we played through the B, he's taking the same notes and just finding a new way to play them again. And in this case, it's with harmonics and a cute little octave thing. All right, so this next go around, he pretty much plays the A part the same. So let's talk about these chords. So you've got an A, just the 1 chord, to the 4, to the 1, 5, 1. Now, that's like kind of like the original version. Give the original a listen here. So the main difference is you've got a 1, 4, a 1, and then instead of a 5, in the Gary Harrison version, it's a 6 chord, which is just another way to do it. I really like it with the 6 chord. But let's see what they do with this B part. I mean, really, it starts pretty basic, just like a scale. And right there, he switches. That note is F sharp, and he starts to imply that F sharp minor, and walks down to that F sharp minor right on that. So we've got. And what's really cool is the way Chris Eldridge actually also starts to imply that F sharp minor, like bringing our ear towards it with a really cool little bass run. Right? It makes the harmony anticipate the minor chord to come. Anyway, stuff gets really crazy starting around now. It's kind of a call and response thing too. Okay, we have to learn this. So it's like it's kind of an arpeggiation little thing here. So it starts out with this, right? Which I guess technically is like F sharp minor to an inversion of E. What it's really, I think, is just a really comfortable switch of the fingers, right? It just feels like a pattern. And then you just walk up the scale, right, up to this familiar position. And maybe this is like literally the only bluegrass lick. It's something like that. It gets a little bit muddled, but yeah, that's it, man. That's the main bulk of what he does. As always, I do have the whole thing available over on the Patreon, and to show my true appreciation, over on the Patreon only is this, which is just a snapshot of the coolest part of his solo. Check this out. Chris just goes, no. I feel the exact same way trying to learn this. It's so good. He's doing this crazy arpeggiation just over the bar line stuff. I can't play it yet, but it is something that I'm going to try to get in my hands just to do as a warm up, and it's fun to just kind of start to think of new ways to play, you know, the same things. So anyway, that's a lifelong thing. Looks like that, but. Let me know if you dug this video. Let me know if you didn't. I don't know what I'm doing with videos. I'm just trying to learn some cool tunes, and hopefully other people like them too. If you hadn't seen the other video I did with Freight Train, you can watch that next. If you have seen it, well, you can watch this one next then. And anyway, thanks for being here, and we'll see you wherever we see you.